Alrighty, so we're gonna have a little bit of a chat because things are getting serious now. You know, when you've got a game that starts off hot and then you lose a certain amount of players, you know, it's something you don't really want to see. You know, and the thing is that with Netmarble, you know, this isn't their first rodeo. You know, Netmarble are and have made successful games, and it's just some of the issues that Solo Leveling Arise has. In my eyes, it could have been rectified a long time ago. It just doesn't make sense on why, you know, with the bigger issues, why they haven't been fixed yet. Now, just before I dive in, I believe tomorrow the Content Creator Season 3 will begin. So if you guys do want to show your love to your boy, that would be very much appreciated. I will also have to do the giveaway for the deluxe passes. I forgot to do it for the previous pass. Some slight issues arose, so I had to skip out on that giveaway. But when it comes to the deluxe pass giveaway that I do for you guys, for my supporters, I'll pick a few more winners so that way more people can win the Hunter Pass. So yeah, just kind of want to put that out there. So if you are supporting me, I do greatly appreciate it, all the love. But the first issue has arose, and this kind of caught me completely off guard. So basically what has happened with content creators, there's basically a ban where content creators can no longer log into others' accounts, which I don't, you know, I mean, I get it, liability. At the end of the day, that's kind of one of the big reasons why they're doing that, but at the same time, it's just like, damn. This really is going to be affecting a few people's kind of like series and things that they do, of course. I was thinking about doing a series where I log into people's accounts and run through like the Workshop of Brilliant Light and whatnot, like certain gamers, see if I can smash it with their account. It's an idea that I got from a CN, Solo Leveling Arise content creator that I watch. Basically, they log into other people's accounts and then they do the Workshop of Brilliant Light for them, right? So I was going to kind of do the same thing, but yeah, can't do that, not allowed to. So yeah, there's that. I was also going to make it so that if I can log into your account, so I can just purchase the passes and whatnot for you guys, but yeah, this has now made it so that I am not going to be doing that. Otherwise, I'm going to be getting in very big trouble. So I understand why they're doing this, but at the same time, it's a bit of a slap in the face in terms of with, like, you know, at the end of the day, with content creators, we're giving back to the players, right? It's not like we're doing anything. People most of the time are just purchasing it for them to do summons, right? You know, we're kind of giving back to the account. But anyway, I digress, so that's very unfortunate. If you guys are unaware, there has been pretty much an uprising, uproar in terms of people just kind of letting the developers know, because I've been checking all the forum pages, obviously the global forum page along with the KR forum page, of course. It's kind of ramped up now to the point where I'll be surprised with the next stream, which if you guys don't know, there is going to be another Netmarble stream happening for Solo Leveling Arise on the 13th, that they don't kind of talk about it, right? A lot has been said on what needs to be done, because again, like I said, the game itself, unfortunately, you know, it is losing players, you know, and that's the last thing that you want. In terms of money wise, I do feel like the game is still going to be there, but I mean, it's going to be dropping down. It's going to be on a bit of a decline if things aren't looked into. Now, I've mentioned this, and like some of the issues that has been spoken about, you know, I've already mentioned. Now, one thing which I do want to mention is servers. Now, I will admit, whatever happened with the last update, these servers have been a bit of an issue. On mobile phone, it's by far the worst. I do play Solo Leveling Arise on my phone. Well, I used to. I can't play it anymore because it's really bad. I have server timeouts. My game freezes from time to time. There's a slight little delay on it too. I do not know what they did in the last update, but let me tell you, playing Solo Leveling Arise on mobile, for me personally, has not been the best experience, to the point where I don't even log in to my mobile account, well, to my mobile phone anymore when it comes to playing Solo Leveling Arise. I just resort to my PC. Now, even on PC, I think I've had 2 server timeouts. Outside of that, it's been good. But for a game to be this far in, and for it to be Netmarble, I feel like these server timeouts and lags and whatnot. I will say my PC also, I mean, I upgraded it too recently, so like, I should not be having none of these issues, but like some of the gameplay kind of like slows down. I don't know, yeah, it does kind of slow down and whatnot. There's a little bit lag to it. So again, the last update has really done something to kind of impact the game in a negative way through the servers and even the gameplay, I will admit. I feel like someone as big as Netmarble should be on the ball with these, and having the game being out this long, you know, none of this should be an issue. So I'm curious on why it's taken this long to kind of get it all cleaned up. And FYI, I put it on the lowest settings to be like, right, what can I do to fix it? I have done everything. I've even minimized my settings and everything to kind of make this game so down low when it comes to on how much it's using out the PC, when I shouldn't be even doing that because my PC can handle it, and I'm still lagging. I don't know what's going on, but that's an issue that I need to fix when it comes to stability and the game in general in terms of gameplay and whatnot. I don't know if it's just me, but I know mobile's been having a real bad time, which is in my opinion unacceptable. I mean, I did a video on it beforehand. I've spoken about how they're nerfing the shops, and the way that they nerfed this Battlefield of Time is horrible, because the shadow nerf on this is bad, and if you're bringing out more shadows, you know, not the best look. Now, another problem, which is gold. I've said this. I have been voicing my opinion as much as possible back in the soft launch days. I kid you not. During the soft launch days of Solo Leveling Rise, I have been speaking up about the gold situation and that they need to just completely obliterate it, get it out of here. Either that or reduce the gold economy, or maybe up the gold that we can gain, right? If you guys can remember, when it comes to them giving, what was it, 3 million gold, 1 million gold, right? No, 3 million gold, I think it was. I even said, I was like, maybe they should give us 5 million gold. And the reason why I said that is because, I'm sorry, 3 million gold is not enough. With the amount it costs to work on one character, not even that, the amount it would cost to even work on gears alone, equipment alone, that will burn through 1 to 2 million, right? I've already mentioned this. If you want to level up a character to the max level, so let's say, so hold on, I don't have a level 1, but in order to max a character level wise, it's going to cost you like 1 million, right? So like even right now, if I want to get one level on let's say Choi, it's costing me practically 50k. Like, hello? The economy on gold consumption on this game is ridiculous, and the fact that, okay, I'll give it to them because they are slowly working on it when they've done it through the artifacts and whatnot, but in reality this should have been rectified before the global launch. I've spoken about it. The economy is horrible. For the most part, they just need to reduce it to hell and back. If you want to keep the amount of gold that we get, that's fine, but you need to completely reduce the amount of gold consumption when it comes to working on characters. At the end of the day, gold should not be a premium sort currency. It doesn't make sense. For a gacha game, keep it as the essence, because that's what it's there for. It's for the summons. That's the prime thing that kind of gets people going for the game, right? That's how you make your money. It really gold should be just there. It shouldn't be this much of a necessity. So yeah, I mean, there's not much I can say. Like I said, I've been speaking up about it since the soft launch days, and the fact that we're now 100 days in, it's just, it's frustrating. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to give them props too, because obviously they have made those artifacts changes for gold, which is fantastic, and they've reduced gold consumption in certain areas, so they're aware of it, but it needs to be hit hard. Also, difficulty. Obviously, with how things are right now in terms of the newer raids and whatnot, I know that they've reduced the difficulty on the dungeon bosses. I'm gonna be completely honest, even though it's been reduced to 555, I feel like they could reduce it just a little bit more, because it is still tough at this power level. And yeah, a lot of people are still struggling with the power scaling to where things are right now, even though they've kind of gone about to kind of give us those means of powering up our account. It's like, in order to get those artifacts and whatnot, right, you know, people are unfortunately still struggling, because it requires them to do that more difficult content, right, to get that reward. So I think if you are going to raise the power level, you know, there has to be a bit of a guidance on giving us something to kind of get at a power level for everyone to actually have a fighting chance to, at the very least, get something going for the new power level bar, of course. And that being said, obviously artifacts is kind of like the biggest way of gaining a huge leap in power level. And don't even get me started, because again, during the soft launch days, I have been mentioning how artifacts, they need to implement a reroll stat for the substats, because, I mean, what was it? Let me have a look. Because I recently, where was it? Was it this? Yeah, so like this pissed me off, like +2 on defense. That kind of ruined everything. There was one artifact where it went straight to healing. I kid you not, it went straight to healing, and I'm just like, okay, this is just getting out of hand now. But the artifacts drop rates are horrible in terms of what you need. The stats, the main stats and the substats, I have been having such a terrible time. Like, I kid you not, when it comes to these new level 70 to 75, I've barely worked on them. I've just kept with the workshop of Brilliant Light to what I had beforehand when they introduced hard mode. I've barely worked on these artifacts, because I'm telling you, I don't know what's happened, but like the main stats and the substats are trash. Like the combination are bad. So I mean, I've mentioned that they need to bring in some sort of reroll system where we have control over crafting artifacts, of course. Not only that, they need to make it so that when it comes to doing raids and dungeons, etc., they need to make it so that it's somewhat similar to like Battlefield of Chaos, where there's like a bar to where we can hand pick artifacts that we want. Because when it comes to the workshop of Brilliant Light, I cannot remember the last time I got some good curse artifacts, because I've been getting nothing but blessing and greed. Like the drop rate for curse it's non-existent. I don't even know what's going on anymore. They need to up the rate for the curse. They need to make it so that we're getting good equipments with good stats, and make it so that we can reroll on stats. And I would say also consider slightly lowering the battle power, so that way, you know, it gives everyone that fair chance, right? Because I mean, some of the content that they've already released, you know, it is getting pretty difficult, and if that is the case, I mean, you can at least reduce the power level for the dungeons, so that everyone can at least get the 70 to 75 and get that going, so that way that can then support them in the more harder difficult content, right? So yeah, that needs to be looked into. Also, essence and summons, I know that's kind of been a bit of a tough time for like free-to-play players and whatnot, and even those that like dolphins, of course, low spenders, of course. I know some of you guys do utilize what you can get in game, of course, especially if you do farm out the stories, which thankfully I haven't, so that's been kind of helped me out tremendously, I will say. But once I get through it all, you know, it's just like, where am I going to go? They could really implement more for the Battlefield of Time, especially with the challenge. It's just more that they can do in terms of just kind of throwing it in there. Obviously with Power of Destruction, they've made it so that you can now get custom draw tickets. That in my eyes they should also throw in rate up tickets. I'm just saying, why not just throw that in there. Battlefield of Trials is a nice way to get 4.5k, of course. It is again pretty difficult, but I feel like at the very least they should maybe make it so that it resets in like a week and a half. Because I mean look, yeah, not everyone's going to be able to do that. I'm sorry, it's just no chance, no shot. So even with that 4.5k, I mean, not everyone's going to be getting the 4.5k, but if they can at least scrounge up 2.5k, then I mean that's a decent amount. And I feel like a reset on every like week and a half is more fair in my eyes, rather than 21 days. So again, there are things that where in game, especially where the modes we have right now, you know, they can kind of give out more to where it's still fair. Errors, I don't know if you guys have been having issues and errors and whatnot, but with the lag that I've been having, but at times whenever I complete a mission and whatnot, I don't know if anyone else gets this, but like a massive victory skid mark is just imprinted and left in the middle of my screen. Even when I come out to the main hub, it's still there. Like obviously it's not showing now since I haven't done a run, but it's so annoying. It literally just covers the middle part of your screen, and you're just like, what am I? And it then requires you to obviously log out. And if you're on a mobile phone, hey, good luck getting back in with the server issues. It's just, yeah, problem after problem after problem. The overall look of it all is that, you know, the problems that are being brought up right now are valid. Well, to be fair, they've been brought up during the soft launch days, and the fact that, you know, nothing has been done. And again, I've been in the situation before. I want you guys to know this. I have been in a situation where we know the problems, we've told the developers about it, and they're either one, taking their time, or two, have done nothing about it, and it's a decline. And the thing about this is that if they listened to us at the very beginning and did the fixes and eradicated certain things, then as of right now, Solo Leveling Rise would have been in a very, very positive standing, and the loss of the player base wouldn't be as much to what it is, right? And again, I don't know, I don't know what, you know, what is factored in on the developers side of things to kind of get all this going. But I mean, they had more than enough time, and having these server issues also, that doesn't make sense to me, because it's Netmarble. This isn't their first rodeo, so I'm very surprised on why that hasn't been rectified ASAP. But yeah, now is the time where the developers need to wake up and actually, you know, focus on the big issues on hand, right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, yes, you can drop content, you can drop characters, you know, all of that is kind of, it will come with. That's not the problem. We just need stability. We need nothing blocking us from progression, and I mean everyone. And we just need to be able to play the gameplay without it being impacted through glitches, bugs, freezes, lags, none of that. This is Netmarble we're talking about here. You guys are like amongst the elite in my eyes. This should not be happening. So yeah, mobile phone to my players on mobile phone. I pray that they bring out an update soon, because I know what you guys are going through, because even I can't even play freaking my account on my mobile phone. And on PC, yeah, I'm also getting some issues too on PC, so but it's not as bad as on mobile phone, I will say. Not as bad as mobile phone. I don't know what's going on the, bro, that last update, I swear to God it did something, man. It's alright.